The injury to quarterback John Mateer has significantly changed the Heisman Trophy odds. What's up, Sports World? This the pick chart. And I just want to let y'all see this little short video about our personal top 10 Heisman odds. That's right. And in the process, I'm going to introduce you to some pick chart baddies. That's right, man. Hey, man, here at Sports Wagering and Gambling Underground, man, you know, we got a couple affiliates, you know. So, hey, Brittany, pop it off for us.
Fernando Mendoza is number one on our list of Heisman candidates, and he has been absolutely killing it as the new quarterback for the Indiana Hoosiers. The dude is a straight-up baller, and he's a huge reason why the Hoosiers are still undefeated and ranked in the top 15. His stats are kind of insane. He's been super accurate with his throws, and he's racking up touchdowns like it's nothing. He's thrown 14 touchdowns and hasn't had a single interception, which is just wild. He's also been using his legs to get into the end zone, adding a couple of rushing touchdowns. People are starting to get hyped about him, and he is certainly the number one candidate for the Heisman Trophy. He had a massive game recently where he tossed 5 touchdowns, which is a pretty good way to get people's attention. The bottom line is, he's been a huge part of the Hoosiers' success, and everyone is excited to see what he does next. Second is Dante Moore, and he has been doing his thing as the starting quarterback for the Oregon Ducks this season. After transferring from UCLA and spending last year backing up Dillon Gabriel, he's stepped into the spotlight and looks really good. Through the first 4 games, he's led the Ducks to a 4-0 record. His passing has been on point, with him throwing for 11 touchdowns and only 1 interception. He's also shown he can make plays with his legs, picking up a career-high 53 rushing yards in a recent game against Oregon State. In that big rivalry game against the Beavers, he had his best performance yet, throwing for 305 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's showing a lot of growth and has been a key part of Oregon's offense, which has been almost unstoppable so far this year. He is most definitely deserving of being second on our list of Heisman hopefuls. Next up is Carson Beck, and he has been doing his thing at Miami since transferring from Georgia. So far, the dude is undefeated as a starter, and his team is sitting pretty at number 2 in the country. He started off with a bang, leading the Hurricanes to a huge upset win over Notre Dame. He's had some awesome games, like when he threw for 340 yards and 3 touchdowns against USF, and even set a Miami record with 15 straight completions in a game against Bethune-Cookman. He's not without his mistakes, though. He's thrown a few interceptions, and some of his passing stats have been a bit up and down. For example, he had a tough game against Florida where he only threw for 160 yards and a pick. Still, the team won, so you can't be too mad. Overall, it seems like Beck has been a good leader for the Hurricanes, showing off his accuracy and arm strength. He's a big reason why Miami is off to such a hot start, and number 3 on our list of Heisman contenders. Gunnar Stockton is the new guy at quarterback for Georgia, and he's totally shaking things up. Coming in at number 4 on our list of Heisman contenders, he's a different kind of QB for the Bulldogs because he's a legit running threat. That means defenses have to keep an eye on him scrambling, which opens up more space for the rest of the team. He's also a pretty tough player. In a recent game against Tennessee, he was awesome, throwing for a career-high 304 yards and scoring 3 total touchdowns. 2 passing, 1 rushing. That performance was so good it earned him SEC Offensive Player of the Week. While the offensive line has had some issues protecting him, Stockton has been able to use his smarts and quickness to get out of trouble and make something happen. He's been great on the ground, and he's a big reason the offense is looking different this year.
So Marcel Reed is number 5 on our list of Heisman contenders. And he is getting a lot of buzz for the Heisman because he's a total beast on the field for Texas A&M. He's a dual threat quarterback, which means he's awesome at both throwing the ball and running with it. He's already thrown for 869 yards and 9 touchdowns, plus he's got another touchdown on the ground. The main reason he's a top contender is a crazy good performance he had against Notre Dame. He threw for 360 yards and led a game-winning drive in a nail-biter, and that really put him on the national radar. Now he's got a big target on his back and is ranked high in the Heisman odds. He's a huge reason A&M is currently 3-0. Look, here's the deal with Josh Hoover. He's number 6 on our list because the guy is just straight up slinging the rock. He's been putting up video game numbers, and it's not even halfway through the season. He's got TCU rolling, and when you're the quarterback on a winning team that's putting up a ton of points, people notice. He's shown he can handle the pressure, like when he led that huge road win against North Carolina. He's a legit leader, and the whole team seems to rally around him. If he keeps this up, he's got a real shot at taking TCU to the college football playoff.
Coming in at number 7 is Joey Aguilar. And Joey just showed up at Tennessee as a transfer and has been absolutely on fire. The dude is putting up crazy numbers. Over 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns in just 4 games. The biggest thing that put him on the Heisman map was his performance against Georgia. Even though they lost, he threw for 371 yards and 4 touchdowns against one of the best defenses in the country. That kind of clutch play in a huge game is what makes voters say, okay, this guy's for real. He's a top contender, and if he keeps playing like this, he's got a real shot. Next is Garrett Nussmeier, and folks are super hyped about Garrett Nussmeier. For starters, he was the backup to a Heisman winner, Jaden Daniels, so he's been learning from the best. Now that he's the starter, he's showing off what he can do. In his first season as a starter, he had a record-breaking year for a first-time LSU QB, with over 4,000 yards and 29 touchdowns. People are calling his arm talent elite, and he's known for being a really aggressive passer who loves to make big throws downfield. He's also shown he's clutch, leading a bunch of fourth-quarter comebacks. Even though he had a slower start to this season because of a torso injury, his coaches say he's getting better, and they're ready to open up the offense for him. He's already getting a lot of attention as a potential top pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, and is most definitely in the Heisman conversation. Coming in at number 9 on our list is Jeremiah Smith, and he is a Heisman candidate because he's just a flat-out playmaker. As a freshman, he broke the FBS record for receiving yards with 1,315 yards and had 15 touchdowns, helping Ohio State win the national championship. He's a big-time player who doesn't shy away from the spotlight, and his performance in the college football playoff showed that. This year, he's continued to be a key part of the Ohio State offense, and his early season numbers, 20 catches for 315 yards and 3 touchdowns, show he's still a dominant force. A lot of analysts and coaches think he's the best player in college football right now, and he's the only non-quarterbacks who's on our current Heisman list. If he keeps making huge plays and Ohio State keeps winning, he has a great chance to take home the trophy. Rounding out our top 10 is Julian Sayin, and he is a Heisman candidate because he's the real deal at Ohio State. He was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, so everyone knew he was talented. Now he's the starting quarterback for one of the best teams in the country, and he's putting up huge numbers. In his first 3 games, he's thrown for over 770 yards and 8 touchdowns, with a super high completion rate of almost 79%. Plus, he's got a great connection with Jeremiah Smith, another huge Heisman candidate, which makes their offense even more explosive. He's an elite talent on a national powerhouse team, and that's exactly what gets you into the Heisman conversation. This list will most definitely change next week, so stay tuned. Pick Shark! What do you have to say about that?
I like it. I like it. I really do. I think it's on point. I really like it, of course. You know I'm kind of big on Joey Aguilar, so I think he's a little too low on the list. But I really like it, man. And I hope the sports world, I hope y'all liked it too. Man, come on, man. Support my content, man. Like, subscribe, share the content. Share the content. Comment. What y'all think? You feel me? Hey, man, this the Pick Shark. I love y'all, and I'm out. Yes, Sirski.